Hi. I just thought I'd share a project I'm working on right now. Last year I bought a trailer, regular utility trailer. They use to haul lawnmowers, garbage to the dump, stuff like that. The only trouble is with this one, it didn't come with any decking on it. It just had this flexible grating on it. So that kind of limits the kind of weight you can put on it. If you walk on it, it tends to get kind of dented in after time. You just can't carry that much weight. So I'm putting on these 1x6 pressure-treated deck boards here. That's pretty straightforward normally. What they usually do is they drill through the wood into the angle iron, and that's it. But you've got to drill all these holes. I'm going to put like 2 screws per board. I've got 11 boards here and about 6 down there. It came to over 100 holes that have to drill in the metal, and I'm just not that ambitious. So what I decided to do instead was take these cross pieces here. I'm going to put them on the underside alongside of the angle iron, and I'm going to drill through the wood into the lower piece underneath, and that should be just fine. And just for a little added security, from vibration and everything, so the screws don't loosen up, I'm going to put a bead of construction adhesive between the two to sort of glue the wood to wood. And again, normally that isn't much of a problem, but what I also want to do is I have this, I want to haul kayaks on here, and I've got a couple cross members that I put on here. And what I have to do to get the length of the kayak here, I have to fold the tailgate down into the bed. Normally that's fine, but what happens is because of the corner of the board, when that's put at the base here, it prevents the tailgate from folding down. So what I had to do is take the boards and cut a bevel on them like that. So when these are screwed down here, that'll give me a little room and the tailgate can fold down. It just has to get down below the rail up here. Then it's fine, because the cross members will be there and the boats can go and everything's out of the way. So that's that part. One other thing I've got to do is, of course, they don't line up exactly. I need 11 pieces, but that's 10 regular size, and I've got 1 narrow piece. As you can see, I've got 1 narrow piece cut here. And what they usually do when you put deck boards like this down is they maybe take a spike as a spacer and put it between each board, so there's a little bit of a gap to allow for expansion, contraction. Well, in my experience, I found that they tend to shrink. So if when I did my deck out back here, I put the spacer between there, and the wood actually shrunk inward. So I've got about a ½ inch gap between there. So what I'm going to do is put these in tight up against each other. And if they contract a little bit, I'll have a little bit of a gap, there's no problem. But I don't think they'll buckle or anything like that. So what I'm doing today is I've got the rest of these boards. I've got to cut that bevel off on the back of all those, and then I can start installing them in place. Okay, what I'm doing now, I've got these boards clamped up here. I've got my bevel all marked off here. I'm going to roughly cut out the bulk of the material with a rip saw, and then I'll just finish it up with a plane. So that's about it for now, and we'll show you a little progress later on.